Alright, y'all. Here's the big question. Who will the Atlanta Hawks draft tomorrow? Is it going to be DeAndre Hunter, NCAA champion? Is it going to be Jared Culver, defensive juggernaut, two-way monster? Is it going to be Cam, Jam, Reddish, the Duke, trio star, who rode the coattails of Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett? We didn't have too much time to shine. Only averaged 13.5 points. But has Paul George potential? Is it going to be Rory Hachimura, the next Giannis Antetokounmpo? Is it going to be Jackson Hayes, future center? Is it going to be Bol Bol? Here's a little backstory. Hawks have 2 top 10 draft picks. Not 1, but 2 top 10 draft picks. So this year's draft being, I would say, loaded. You know, there were a lot of underrated people. I mean, at first, it looks top heavy. It looks like Zion, R.J. Barrett, and John Morant. Those 3 would be just the only names that people would talk about after this year was done. You know, all-time Hall of Famers and stuff like that. But the thing is, this draft was far more loaded than I actually anticipated. I researched these people. I watched their games. They're actually very talented people, and they will complement the core of Trae Young, John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and I'll even throw Amari Spellman's name in there. But the point is this. I really like this draft. It's a deep draft, and I would have said we would win no matter what. But, I mean, I'm not going to say there's any bad picks. I like Nazir Little. Sekou Demboya is pretty good. You know, even I just mentioned other names as well. But I'm looking at only one name in this draft. I also like to give a shout out to Kevin Porter Jr. He's going to be a very, very good All-Star one day. But I'm not going to talk about drafting him. The name I'm talking about was man himself, Cam Reddish. Now this one is a little tricky because based off of his season averages, he might not should be a lottery pick, but his potential has surpassed anyone's expectation of, you know, he's not going to be top 3 pick, but the fact that he's going to be probably a top 8 pick is what's important because we have the 8th pick in the draft. But the most important thing is we're going to have to trade up. When I say trade up, I mean trade down in numbers. When I say trade down in numbers, I'm saying we need to get down to at least 4 or 5 because Cam Reddish is going to get taken by a team that gets wise and says, hey, he's actually super dope. We have to try to pick him up. So, you know, he's one of the names that most people should be looking at and saying, you know, we should draft him. So the Cavs, even the Pelicans are a danger to pick him up. You know, if none is the wiser here, you know, you have to throw other names in between. And that's what the Hawks did. They threw in Jared Culver. They threw in, DeAndre Hunter. They threw in those names that they wanted him as a smokescreen to get to ensure that Cam Reddish would be at the 8. But even then, they'd have to worry about the Suns, and they have to worry about the Bulls. I mean, if they just trade down, it would have gotten so much certainty, you know, in this draft. So what happened, they used their number 8 and number 10 picks, and they traded it for the number 3 overall. But the Knicks, oh yes, God bless the Knicks. They actually finally wised up and did not want to trade their number 3, who would be either R.J. Barrett, John Morant, or, now that I'm hearing this, Darius Garland, which is unexpected that they would take him over R.J. Barrett, but it could happen. But we weren't going for R.J. Barrett. RJ Barrett is very talented. You know, if we had to choose, I'd probably pick RJ Barrett too. But Cam Reddish fits into the offensive scheme so much at small forward that I cannot think of anyone else who could complement Trae Young, John Collins more than him. He would replace Torian Prince in the offense, not just take his numbers, but exceed them for his potential. Potential is far greater. I'm looking at this upcoming draft and I'm saying we must draft Cam Reddish tomorrow. We have to trade up for him or keep it at 8 because no other team can utilize Cam Reddish to his full potential. Not even Duke, with 2 All-Stars in Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett, more than the Atlanta Hawks. No one can utilize him more to his full potential than the Atlanta Hawks because our development system and even our players complement him as a player very well. So he's going to have a prosperous, flourishing season where he averages probably 20 points per game in his first season. I'd be just guessing, but Trae Young practically did that with 19.1 points this season. So, and we'll expect a big surge in production, regardless of diet or whatever. I mean, he was on an interview at First Take today. I mean, it was just a cringeworthy interview, but the point is this: he likes to play for the Hawks, and I believe it. Fans would take him here. If you don't know about him, just watch his old AAU stuff, high school stuff, all that stuff, because he's really talented. Just Google him. He won't let you down. All right. So, Atlanta, I already know you want to draft Cam Reddish. Fans know. Fans want to draft Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish wants to be here. Now, it's up to you to ensure that this happens tomorrow at 7. Peace.